came into meditation path, so I was able to look into my childhood. I embraced my inner child, decondition myself. So meditation path is path of awareness. When we look into ourselves, we can't bypass these layers, the layer of the mind. Whenever we recognize something as something like an imprint, which is formed at a very young age, we change it, reframe it.
I had always terrible back pain. I was told by the doctors that, okay, but you're going to be like that until you die, despite every effort and, yoga and, chiropractor and everything. But after meditating, about a month and trusting my coach, Chandra, I tried the manifestation process, trying to visualize myself completely healed from this pain. So that was a kind of miracle for me. Because after 3 months, I could really stand. I could drive without pain, thanks to meditation practice.
Both Chandra and me come from a corporate background. Seeing the stresses, seeing the confusion, seeing the issues that we generally have in the corporate world, meditation came in as a silver bullet to most of us. So definitely to me, I used to be a very excessive thinker, and that is where the solutions provided by meditation, the state that meditation gets us in, really helped.
Happy afternoon and happy morning, those joining from the West. Welcome back. This is the 4th day, this 40-day program. In 1954, Roger Bannister, he ran 1 mile in less than 4 minutes. What is so special about this? For centuries, people believed human body cannot achieve this, running a 1 mile within less than 4 minutes. Experts believed physiologically, anatomically, our human body cannot achieve this. However, in 1954, when Roger Bannister broke this barrier, within 49 days, a fellow runner who was running along with Roger, he beat this 4 minute. And within a year, 3 people running in the same race beat this. And today, more than half a century later, there are more than 1,000 people who have done this across 75 countries. So when Wharton professors studied this, they were looking, did human physically evolve so rapidly that so many people achieved what was once considered impossible? And then they realized it has nothing to do with the genetic engineering or any physical evolution, but it was a mental barrier. So friends, this program is designed in a way that you can break that perception, the belief about yourself and about everyone else, through the wisdom, through the experience sharing that you hear from others, and give you ample opportunity to break the habit of being yourself. So thank you for continuing this program. And with that, I will welcome Chandra for another day of masterclass on meditation. Welcome, Chandra.
Thank you, Rakesh. Very powerful story that once a myth is broken, then it is so easily taken. So there's got to be always some path breaker who is coming and doing that. I consider Patriji that way, a path breaker who simplified meditation so much. Otherwise, for everybody before, meditation is to be done for long durations and it's got to be done in special times. It's a complex process, privileged can do, but now it's simplified. And so it is simplified. Even the Vipassana, which requires a 10-day sit, has been simplified to a few minutes of practice. And I said, go do it. A wonderful story. So friends, happy evening to all of you and a great morning and afternoon. We are here to experience. We are here to experience. Meditation, contrary to the myths that we have to give up things, is about enhancing our experience in life and to live life fully. This is what I really learned. Going out to have an ice cream in the night time, which otherwise always been told, hey, don't go to the night time, too cold, too late, just don't go, safety, this, that. Simple things to big things. That we loosen up ourselves, become free to do many things. It is to enhance our experiences and it is to live, it is to experience more. And so to create our experiences, one side we have been hearing, thoughts create reality. And so then we develop a sound mind to create it. Then yesterday I talked about when things come that way that we don't expect. And so then we develop great acceptance. But to create, while thoughts create reality, where you put our attention, focus on something, but there's another thing called coherence. That's very essential. Coherency with all things and everybody, the coherence in the mind and body. Coherence with things. Coherence seems to be playing and working always in every creation. Where we are coherent with things, then it seems to happen. They seem to happen clearly and faster. If you're not coherent, then we are really working hard on things, and then they may be happening, not happening. They may not be coming for us. They may be coming as experience and not coming as experience. In orchestra, you might have the best musicians possible, but if they don't come together and they don't work together, they don't coherently do things. It's like a piece of jigsaw puzzle. All things come together that fit. That's coherency. If you put one wrong piece here, there, then the whole thing doesn't fit. Everything is out of place. And so you'll not see that picture that you otherwise are expecting to see. That music will not come, non-coherent. Same thing with the brain. What they've done, the research is showing that when the brain becomes coherent and it has enormous power. It has enormous power to focus, to create things. As practitioners of spirituality or meditation, this book, it says Mind to Matter. This book, Mind to Matter, is a must-have book for everybody. Anyone wants to understand scientifically everything that's happening, and then the whole consciousness exploration, the meditation, the benefits, and the various concepts of thoughts create reality, the coherency, and everything is there. Stress, intuition, everything that we're going to hear during the program can be scientifically explored through these books and a few other books. But coherence, that mind becoming coherent. So it's, you take a light, a 60-watt bulb. A 60-watt bulb, the light beams are in different directions. They go in all directions because you want the light to be diffused. And so 60-watt bulb will just occupy the room. And the energy is not even efficient. Only 10% of the real energy is there in the room because all the light is going in different directions. They cancel each other. But it's designed for a diffuse light. But if the same light, 60 watts of taken as a light, a laser, if it is put straight, a laser beam is going straight. And then if you take 60 watts of laser beam straight, and when they are all parallel to each other, the coherent laser beam light, and the bulb, they're not coherent, so they're going in all directions, so they cancel each other. In some places they may stagger. But then a laser beam is a coherent light. When you put the same 60 watts, it has got so much power that it'll go and cut steel. Same 60 watts. Come to the research. And we know it from our childhood. You take a magnifying glass and then sun rays come, but then if you get them focused towards it, it has an impact. So coherent light, coherent beam. And so the similar thing they observed in the brain, when the mind is coherent, there are multiple areas of the mind, right? There's frontal lobe, there is parietal lobe, anterior lobe, which is for vision, which is for movement here. There are all these lobes, they have to come together to operate. So to determine, they have taken, now we said on Tuesday, on the second of this program, that heart elevation brings a lot of coherency. What's coherency is automatically the mind is sort of getting into a stressless state because you are elevating yourself with higher emotion. So HRV is normal, heart is sending a beautiful signal, so brain sort of receives it and then reorganizes itself. And that's the time it starts dropping all the stressful thoughts, and so it reorganizes itself into a coherent state. Heart elevation. Breath mindfulness meditation always brings us into a coherent state when we start practicing regularly because we are becoming that whole. And then gratitude takes us into a coherent state. Now, in order to test this, that when your brain is coherent, it's got a lot more power. And we know this. When we are coherent, that means when there's no stress, our decision making is that much more great. We know this. Our decision making is that much more better because in a stressful thing, we can't even think. Our brain doesn't work. We seem to forget things. We make very silly mistakes under stress, right? And so we know that when we are calm and cool, we make better decisions. But the power, what they've taken, they said DNA, the DNA coils are double helix. They coil up, right? The two strands of a DNA. And so in the cells, the DNAs are there, they're coiled up. And so they wanted to see if somebody who's got a coherent mind, if they can wind the coil more or unwind it. The coiling, they wanted to see if it can be wound more or if it can be unwound more. Because everything is thoughts create reality. So through thought, you can keep changing structure. That's epigenetics, is how one is creating greater health. We'll talk about this next week. Now, so there is experimentation. Ultrasound is that the scanning they do for pregnant women to find out the baby status. It's a very safe method because it's got very low frequency wave, unlike X-rays are not, they're more harmful. So when they do this ultrasound, so with that, they wanted to consider, see the cells inside the stomach area. So they wanted to check on the cells DNA, and they're taken subjects, half subjects who understand the coherent method, they practice like a heart elevation, and then they become coherent, and then they ask them to say, hey, you go, and then you visualize, and then put your attention on the genes that they are winding and unwinding the DNA. And the experiment is going on. And they did the same with the control group who did not know how to become coherent. And then what they found is this group that is gone into the coherence, they made an impact in having the coils wound or unwound by 15% in a very short time, because they can check the amount of light that is emitted back or reflected back when this coil is unwound or wound. That's really how most of the scannings work, right? Right reflection. So the people who know how to be coherent, and they ask them to become coherent and then put their intention. Intention is now putting their attention onto that. So there is a power, there is an energy sending. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Now they made an experiment where they said, okay, you don't become coherent, but simply put your intention. Don't become coherent, meaning don't practice your coherency to become coherent, but you've been working busily, so you brought you, and then sit down, and then you directly go and put intention. It did not work. When they just put the intention, it was not the change, they did not see the change of coil getting wound or unwound. But when they added back the coherency, they asked them to again become coherent again, practice this technique, and then put intention, then they see the coil winding and winding. When we are coherent, we seem to have a stronger power. We seem to have the power that is emitted from our thoughts and feelings is significantly high, because you can expect that now all parts of the body and the brain are working beautifully. There is a feeling brain, there is a thinking brain, and then if the visualization brain, and if they have to come together, and so they're coherently working together, then when you send a signal, when you think about something and then you feel about it, so then you've got so much energy going. If they are different directions, then there is canceling. At a broad level, you can understand conceptually. Coherency is natural in nature, you see it. Nature just comes up, the trees, the animals, everything seem to work coherently. One depend on the other, very naturally. We don't have to do anything, right? A tree blossoming to flowers, the thousands of birds blossoming to flowers, whatever it requires from the nature, just take it. It's like cooperating with each other, right? That's really what the coherence is, cooperate with each other, coexist with each other most naturally, without stepping on the boundaries of one another, but then seamlessly cooperate. Only humans seem to have the problem of working together. A small family itself cannot work together. Large groups have to work together. How do you bring this coherency? Our meditation, dear friends. Intellectually, we understand that we're all the same. The conflict, the source of conflict for all things is greed about resources. We want to dominate, we want to kill competition here. Oh, that resource is so precious, so no matter what, I'm going to just invade that or this and then take it. Everything is about resources and power. Power so that we can control resources. Greed. Although, from a quantum model, we recognize that there is infinity out there. The matter is really a reflection of your thought. And so there's infinite potential, infinite opportunity. And so through practice of meditation, we understand by studying the quantum model of the quantum unlimited potential model that there is actually abundance of opportunity, abundance of resource for everybody. Physically, we compete thinking that it is limited. But when we start recognizing that thought create a matter to the physical, and so we recognize and say, okay, I always can get what I want. So that conflict drops. Then coherency can come. So meditation, when we meditate every day and we are becoming that whole, we are becoming coherent because we experience that field. The field by default is connected with each other. In the field, we're all connected. And so we experience that wholeness of it. And so then we are going into the coherency. When you come out of it, then we drop differences from people to places and environment. We drop the difference with it. When we say Chennai is too hot. Oh my God, I can't sit here. I just finished my work and go away from here. Then you are not coherent with the place of Chennai. You go there, you are trying to be repulsive and say, I got to just go from here. So you're not really coherent. You send the signal already to separate yourself. We develop the understanding that we are the creators of everything. So we accept whatever everything is there as different versions of experience. Meditation will help us develop it. So coherency is important for creation. Let's go into this meditation once again, dear friends. We are doing breath mindfulness meditation is to empty our mind. That is the crux of our practice. We practice it for a long time. To empty our mind. Prior to that, we are doing a process called heart elevation, which helps us to go into the depths, which slows the brain down so that we can go into the deeper states of meditation, breath mindfulness. And so we do heart elevation process, and then we do breath mindfulness, we express gratitude. So let me quickly share for those who have just joined today. The breath mindfulness meditation is very simple process. Super point. Very simple process. So you sit down in a chair on the floor, fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested on your lap, and eyes closed. If you're wearing specs, remove them. That's the posture. And then with that posture, you observe your breath. Take a reference point on the nose anywhere, and then observe at that point, your breath is going in and coming out. And observe that breath going in, coming out, slowly mind is becoming empty. I want you to be in that state of emptiness. In case you have thought, as it's guaranteed, it's common to have thought. When thoughts come, you bring your attention back to the breath and again do the process. Again, you go into emptiness. After a little while, thoughts come. Again, come back to breath. Again, observe the breath. So this process keeps going. And while you're emptying, when you're empty, instead of emptiness, they may experience sensations and visions, many things. When you experience any of those that are not done by you, be a witness to them. If you know it is a thought, attention back to the breath. If you know it's not thought, but something going on, be a witness without analysis, right? So this is breath mindfulness meditation. We'll spend maximum time here, friends. And then for heart elevation process, just follow my guidance. And it's pretty easy. Follow my guidance there. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably. Your eyes closed. Relax your body. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, keep your hands on your chest area. Rest your attention on your sacred heart. And can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel the seat of all emotions, your heart center, which is nurturing, which is expanding all life with its energies of love, joy, gratitude, compassion. Can you recollect an experience from your past, present, where you felt enormous love, joy, gratitude, and relive that moment and elevate yourself? Relive that moment and feel that energy inside your beautiful heart. The more you experience love, joy, gratitude, the more you find your connection, the more you become coherent with all things and everybody. When we observe our breath, the mind becomes empty. As the mind is becoming empty, we experience that greater emptiness. That quantum field of energy. Allow yourself to merge into your breath. It is natural to have thought. When you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath, dear friends. And allow yourself to slowly become empty. Be with your breath. Become one with that in breath and the out breath. And allow yourself to slowly become empty of all thoughts in your mind. And allow yourself to experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you. We are less matter, more emptiness and energy. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing, in no place and no time. become aware of that emptiness, blackness inside of you, all around you. That's energy. All emptiness is energy, the quantum field of infinite possibilities. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, that void, as no body, the more you receive from it. The more miraculous you become, the more open you become. If you find yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath, dear friends, and allow yourself slowly find that emptiness. We are less matter, more emptiness and energy. Allow yourself to stay away from your body, away from your life, and experience that emptiness, that blackness, that energy as pure awareness. The longer you stay connected to this field, the more coherent you become. Allow yourself to merge into that emptiness of yourself. This is your greater mind, that consciousness. friends. Let's express gratitude to all things and everybody. Express gratitude to your parents, your teachers, your mentors, to your family, your friends, colleagues, relatives, everybody. Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, to everything you use, the technology, the companies, the government, the systems. Your gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent quantum field. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. What did you see? What have you experienced? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. Anybody new? We have talked about various experiences that occur in meditation. So please go back to visit day 1, day 2 videos, particularly the day 2, explain about experiences and why they occur and what do you do with them. It's important you understand it so that we continue the practice. We all have various notions of what meditation is. And so when we think this is meditation, then we seem to block ourselves because we have a definition of it. Because meditation and enlightenment, and some of these words are most misused or abused words in many ways. Because everybody calls it, okay, this is my meditation. I do my jogging, is my meditation. My work is my meditation. So many ways people define, and so then they're not necessarily taking on to meditation or holding on to their opinion of what meditation is. Do you do meditation? Yes, I do yoga every day, so I'm doing it. This is the common answer we get. Yoga is not meditation. They're different. By now, if you have been there for all 4 days, you start understanding that we are going into the emptiness. So let's understand this a little bit, so that we have super clarity, and so then we can allocate our time appropriately. When we understand what is meditation and what's not meditation, then we perhaps will help us enough to allocate our time. Meditation is not prayer. So prayer is not meditation. Chanting is not meditation. Worshipping is not meditation. In prayer, in chanting can help us develop a lot of focus. Prayer and worshipping, where we are gaining a greater peace of mind in many ways. Bhajans and singing and many things. They may be soothing the mind. They may be having some effect, but they're not necessarily taking us to with an intention of going empty and then being in that emptiness and operate ourselves as that emptiness, as that consciousness, that whole. They're two different things. In prayer, we fixated upon somebody and something as more superior. We already separated ourselves. Chanting is an activity, is a full of activity. It's an activity, external activity. It's not going inside. It's not emptying ourselves. It is an activity of producing sounds. It may be having a great soothing effect. It may produce some energy around, but it's not taking us to that state of consciousness where we experience ourselves as this large and whole. So is the case with the japas. Contemplation. A lot of people say, I have a lot of quiet time. I contemplate. Do you do meditation? Yes, I have my quiet time. I do my contemplations. I go about looking at things. But that's not meditation. Contemplation is a great, great spiritual practice. But it is not meditation. Contemplation is where we are going about looking at what we have done in the last 6 months, last 1 year. How has my life been? We go back and revise all the things that have happened in the hope that we gain some important, significant learnings, which we can cement and then go forward. One must do contemplation on a regular basis. What is my learning? We go through 40 days and then contemplate on it. So how is my life changed before and now? So we're going to gain a lot of insight into it and say, wow, this is great. Then we decide a few things. Contemplation is a beautiful way to assess ourselves at a regular interval. Concentration. Concentration, meditation is not concentration. So when we do work, we concentrate. Because the goal there is to know more. When somebody is studying, they concentrate because they want to understand that more. So the nature of reality is that when we put our energy, where you place your energy, there manifestation happens. So you put your energy there, then it reveals itself to you. You must try this. If you want to know about a person, when you put your attention on the person, then you start knowing more about them. Either they'll tell you or you'll understand it. You can start reading, many things will happen. Concentration is to know more. A meditation is the technique that we're practicing is not concentration. It is to let go. It is to let go of everything. So the process when we're doing observing the breath is a subtle observation to even let go of that breath. First, we are letting go of thought by observing the breath, and subtle observation, we let go of that too. Concentration is exactly opposite. Meditation does create concentration, but meditation is not concentration. It's just one of the many benefits of it. Meditation is not mind control, neither is mind exertion. You're not controlling the mind. We want to empty the mind. We want to empty the mind. We want the thoughts to disappear over a period of time naturally. And we want to change the way we think and feel by reseating our programs. And so then we have naturally the rightful thoughts coming out. The feeling for the animals. Feeling for the animals. That chicken that's sitting on the table, you feel for it, right thought. It's not mind exertion. No, if it is becoming a problem, so initially it might seem like it's very, very difficult. It's a lot of effort. I'm trying to bring my attention back to the breath, and it seems like real big effort. That's because there is so much thought. But like I mentioned, it's going to become a natural process where every time you have a thought, then your brain will act quickly and then bring your attention back to the breath. But it's not exerting your mind. Meditation is not mind exertion, it's not mind control. Meditation for sure is not running, jogging, exercise, marathon. And people say, hey, I go for my jog every day, and then that gives me a great peace of mind, sense of focus and all that. It is great, it sure does. It's mindfulness. We are mindful of an activity. What's mindfulness is non-judgmental awareness on a given activity that we are on. In the momentary moment, non-judgmental awareness of something, that activity on hand, the work at hand. That's mindfulness, moment to moment, non-judgmental awareness. So when I'm jogging and then I'm not judging about it. I'm just fully involved into it, and I don't have anything else. Right? I'm just going through it and flowing through it. I accept what comes, but I flow through it. That's my jogging. Now that is a great mindfulness activity. So we perform best in that moment. And it also develops more and more focus into the mind. So it helps us to do other activity beautifully. So that's mindfulness, to be busy with one activity, mindful. Meditation is mind emptiness. So my marathon, my jogging, my exercise, not. And yoga. Yoga is for the body. Meditation is for your mind, your intellect, your individual consciousness, and then greater consciousness, everything. Yoga, in that normal terms we call Hatha Yoga, is for the body. Body movement, body flexibility. Pranayama is for the energy body, physical body and energy body. Pranayama, you breathe in, we do many things, and of course we control, remove the blocks, and we control that energy body. It has great effects. Temporary effects. We stop doing pranayama, then a few months, few weeks later, then all things come back. When we fix the mind, all things go away. That's mind to matter. We understand this scientifically because now quantum physics operates it. Everything seems to be there in the way we think and feel because that's the nature of creation. The field of possibilities is always responding to your thought. So is the case with our health. How do I think? What beliefs do I have? The beliefs sort of go and they create all the blocks, and so suppresses emotions that goes and then causes stress on the body. So finally it shows up in the body as ill health. Meditation is to empty the mind, to experience that energy, is to receive insight, to know more about ourselves. And so the more we know about ourselves as a whole, the more we know about our past, our present, our future, the more we let go of beliefs, limitations, and so the more we develop our psyche, and so psychosomaticism, so the more our body becomes in control. All illnesses are psychosomatic. The psyche, which is the combination of your mind, your intellect, your what we call in spiritual science balanced soul, or your individual consciousness, and then the universal consciousness, is a combination of all of that, of your own version. So meditation helps us to reveal about ourselves. What do I mean by that? For example, if in the childhood, suppose, something deep happened for us, it's buried deeply. We don't even know. You know, a child, 6-year-old, is jumping up and down, happy, singing, and then mom walks in, working mom, very tired, walks into the home. And the moment sees the mom, she is like even more super excited because mom, right? The child is excited. And she'll start jumping from one sofa to another. 6-year-old. She's jumping, of course. What do you expect from toddlers? So they don't jump on the floor, they jump on the sofas. But his mom, who is very tired for the hard work, stressful day, and then as soon as she starts seeing this child jumping and then singing joyfully with the excitement of the mom coming, but the mom saw the other way because she's tired, and she said, Sony, stop singing, you sound like whatever, you sound crazy. Stop singing, because she was very disturbed at that moment. She wants peace of mind, and here's somebody doing all this stuff. She combined her irritation of various things onto her. Stop singing, you sound like donkey. That is sufficient for the child to hold back, and that day onwards, the child did not sing until the time 19 years of age. She did not sing. She stopped singing because she thought, mom thinks that I sound like a donkey and I really disturb people. I should not sing, and stopped. But deep inside, she loved music. And so she suppressed it. Every time music was there, she wanted to sing, but suppressed. One memory was sufficient for her to suppress it all the way into her teens. And only later, as that is there, and then they got into a spiritual practice to go deep, look into it, to see what happened in the childhood. The childhood memory, one memory is sufficient to cause so much of suffering and illness. The suppressed emotion was there. She was not performing well. She was holding up so much because she really loved music, but she just kept it to herself because that is sufficient. So meditation will reveal all of this to us. It will reveal all the past memories. If so required for us to learn, it will help us to release all of them. And it goes back into before birth. We leave it at that for this moment. So dear friends, yoga is for the physical body. Meditation is for all bodies to know more, to explore more. Meditation is not hypnosis, self-hypnosis. A lot of people say, some people have this notion that it's self-hypnosis. It's not. Hypnosis is where you're not consciously aware. The subject is not aware at all. The subject is totally under somebody's control. But meditation, you are consciously aware. Over a period of time when you practice, you become consciously aware that you are empty, that you are got the metacognition to know that you are there. You see yourself somewhere, your body is there, but you're seeing somewhere. All this you observe it. All this you observe. You're consciously aware. Let me put a slide to summarize meditation is not an intellectual process. It's not prayer, it's not worship. It's not chanting mantra, not yoga, exercise, walking. Not running marathon, not contemplation, not concentration. It is a relaxation technique, but it's a poor way of using meditation because relaxation is just a very, very natural byproduct. It is a million times more powerful than just simple relaxation. When we approach meditation just for relaxation, see, what you think is what you create. We understand this concept more. It's not visualization. So visualization is being talked about. It's not visualization. Visualization is a complementary process to meditation. Meditation is to emptying. Visualization is to keep your mind full of things that you want with feeling and vision. Then what is meditation? It's total cessation or ending of the restless thoughts of the mind. It's a gateway to connect with the intelligence that surrounds us. You know, that intelligence that we're talking about, some of us easily can take, some from other religions, difficult to take. But this is how we put it. Human body, is it a random existence? And if you have a little bit look into it about the intricate intelligence of this human body and say, it is not possible to randomly get created. Nature, is it random existence? Even a tree producing a 10,000 flowers overnight, just like that naturally, whereas a man cannot even produce one flower of the same material, same fragrance, same symmetry, same things. Then we say there's got to be some intelligence out there. If anybody has the challenge to understand that there is intelligence. So it's a gateway to connect with that intelligence that is observing us as awareness, called consciousness. It's a still mind state. It is non-judgmental awareness of everything that's happening. It's a being state that you are, observer, you are in there. It's a process finally for self-exploration. So we hear many techniques, right? So some people say running meditation, some people say this one, that one, there's so many mantra meditation, japa meditation, object meditation, all kinds of stuff is there, right? The one that we practice in the king of meditation, something that Gautama Buddha discovered, and it comes, most of the mindful meditation practice come from this breath meditation that we are practicing, is the most simplest, is most profound. Breath is not object. It's not observing an object to move your attention away from thought, but breath is simply not an object. It's a poor way of comparing and saying it's just another object, so you're focusing on it. No. You know it. If breath is not there, if an object you're focusing, an object is not there, nothing is going to happen. But if your breath is not there, what's going to happen? It's a great difference, right? If breath is not there, we don't exist. So breath is a very intelligent process, not just another object. And so breath is so intelligent because it's connecting inside to outside. And we'll understand a little bit more about it later in this 40-day program. So when you observe the breath becoming empty, so the three stages are observing the breath, getting that practice, and then we observe that emptiness of the mind, and then in stage 3, the emptiness is there everywhere, all around. We place ourselves into it. Anyone can practice it, any time of the day is okay, any amount of meditation is okay. And guidelines, 1 minute per year of age, if 10-year-old, 10 minutes, 5-year-old, 5 minutes, and youngster, college-going students, about 20 minutes is great for them, sufficient. Basically, less clutter in the mind, and so less time to declutter it. Isn't it? 60 years at work and many politics and many things, of course, it takes time to declutter, right? Just a guidelines. There's no hard and fast rule here, right? People at 80 years can just go into depth of it very quickly like that too. There's no, but just a guideline. Because it is true indeed that we are conditioned enough through this environment all the time. So we are practicing in this evening session anywhere between 35 to 40 minutes, depending on the day, give and take. Right? It's a great amount of meditation. So friends, understanding meditation, what is and what's not, can help us. So I want you to take a moment to contemplate on this. When we say yoga is meditation, it's not. Hatha Yoga, Raja Yoga, meditation is called Raja Yoga. Hatha Yoga deals with the body, meditation deals with all bodies. Physical body, energy body, mind body, intellect body, bliss body, cosmic body, nirvanic body. There's a book called The Art and Science of Meditation by Dr. Newton Kondaviti. Amazing book. You can get hold of it. It's a great book to know more about this whole process. He documents about 1,000+ benefits of meditation in many, many angles. Of course, we're going to go through over a period of time. no matter what we do, if this meditation is helping us to heal our body, heal our energy body, heal our mind, develop our intellect, energize the individual consciousness, connect with this whole, then why would we not do this? Why would we not substitute this for something else? That's when Bhagavad Gita said, Tasmat Yogi Bhavachuna. In Indian scripture, Bhagavad Gita, Tapasvibhyodiko Yogi, Jnanibhyadiko Yogi, Karmibhyasyadiko Yogi, Tasmat Yogi Bhavachuna. It's saying, Yogi is greater than ascetic who is doing tapa. Yogi is greater than Jnani who has learned a lot of knowledge. Yogi is greater than karma yogi, so he's doing a lot of rituals and practices in search of it. Somebody is doing karma, doing action through mind. Somebody is jnana, through developing intellect. Somebody is doing body. Tapasvi means somebody is reducing the needs of the body. And all of these three, and then yogi is more superior. Yogi is somebody who is yogaha chitta vritti nirodha, controlling the mind stuff, eliminating the mind stuff. And so, tasmat yogi bhavajana, become yogi immediately. Thank you very much, dear friends, for joining. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we learn post-meditation. We discuss some of these concepts in a week. And so we finish some of these concepts for the current week. And of course, pre-meditation, we discuss a little bit. Post-meditation is longer. And Fridays, we have interactions with our facilitators. Right. Saturdays, we have business leaders coming in and talk and share their experiences. We're going to have that this coming Saturday. Somebody is coming in who practice meditation inside out, their transformation story. Like that, we have other days filled. Yes, Rakesh. I know we've taken some time. I got a couple of facilitators to introduce. We can do that and then close the session.
Yes. Thank you, Chandra. A wonderful explanation. Friends, tomorrow we do have, as Chandra said, a breakout room session where you, in a smaller groups, you can interact right after the meditation and ask your questions, clarifications, and share your experiences. Right? We're almost through for a 1 week, and you can share your experiences and understand more from others' experiences as well. And these will be moderated by our facilitators, and also through WhatsApp groups where you can interact with them. So we have introduced some of the facilitators. We have a couple more. Veena, you introduce yourself.
Hi friends, happy evening. Myself, Veena Arvind from Bangalore. I've been practicing meditation for the past 2.5 years. Yes, meditation has become a daily habit, a daily routine in my life now. And it didn't happen over a single day. It happened over a period. With persistence, it happened. And the benefits that I received from meditation are immense. To list a few, I was suffering from severe migraine. With regular practice of meditation, over a period of 3 months, I noticed that I no longer have this migraine. Earlier, I used to get it every week for various reasons. After 3 months of practicing meditation, I noticed the last 1 month I haven't received. And it's 2 years since I don't know how a migraine pain will be. And 2 years since I've stopped all my medications, no medication for anything. Meditation, as Chandra sir mentioned today in today's topic about coherence. my mind and my heart, I started practicing being coherent. Earlier, it was like taking decisions either from the mind or from the heart and then feel guilty for the decisions that I made. But it's always taking decisions. When I take decisions, it's completely coherent. Both my mind and my heart is coherent. And that gives me immense peace and happiness for the decisions that I take in my life. I wish you all take through this 40 days of transformational journey and find immense benefits. We'll meet you all in tomorrow's breakout room session. Thank you.
And your groups?
My group name is Pluto 1, 2, and 3, and I am the facilitator for the evening sessions. And also I'll be available on phone all the time to help or answer your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Meena. We have one more facilitator, Aarti. Briefly, introduce yourself, and maybe tomorrow we can go into deeper experience.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you, Chandra sir. My name is Aarti, and I'm from Bangalore. I have been meditating since January 2021. Like some of you who are new here, I also joined as a participant in January. And I am not a person who will come on the screen like this and speak. So that is the biggest transformation. So I wish you all the best. And for the new participants, all that I want to say is keep meditating, meditate, and please meditate, and all good things will follow, like it has happened for me. Thank you.
Your groups?
Okay, my WhatsApp groups are Jupiter 1, 2, and 3. And I will be a facilitator in the evening sessions. So please reach out to me if you have any questions. And I will try to answer to the best of my ability and knowledge. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, friends. So thank you very much, Rakesh. You probably can continue for another 10 minutes for Q&A. Do that. Thank you very much for joining. And we'll see you all at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow again, India time. So thank you. We'll continue for some more time.
Yes, will continue.
Yeah.
I think there are a couple of hands raised. So, Anup, unmute yourself.
Yeah, namaste.
Yes.
Thank you for the session and the meditation. What I would like to say is I've been meditating for quite some time, but I have a lot of stress and the energy is very much down. So I'm not able to be aware of the breath all the time and concentrate on the breath continuously. And I feel a lot of, because of the depression and the stress, energies are very much down. I feel the back pain, the neck pain, the headache, and a lot of pressure and tension around the chest and the neck, back, shoulders. So it's not very easy to be aware continuously of the breath, and in between some thoughts will pop up. So I feel very uneasy, sort of. So not able to improve my skills in meditation. I'm not able to be aware continuously. And because of this pain and distress and pressure, I don't get that much of benefits from this. And main thing I feel is I'm not getting very energizing sleep. That disturbs all my energies. And morning I get up very much stress and energy is down. So this is happening, which I'm not able to come out of it. So just wanted to say this, how to come out of it. So thank you.
Sure. So Anup, when you're saying you've been practicing, so since when have you been practicing? And I'm practicing with mindfulness meditation.
Sorry?
Since when have you been practicing, and are you
Actually,
practicing with mindfulness meditation?
Yeah, actually, I have been practicing for quite long. Earlier, I've been doing Vipassana and, of course, Ana-Pana-Sati along with that. So, but over the last few, that is 5 to 10 years, earlier I used to get benefits and I used to feel calm and peacefulness. But because of certain life situation, I got into a lot of stress in 10 years back or 5 to 10 years back. So I'm not able to meditate that properly like earlier. So because of this stress and depression, energy is down. I don't get sleep and it disturbs all my energy. So I'm not able to, as I said, right now, for last 5 to 10 years, I'm not able to do it properly, not getting the benefits. So that's what.
Yes. So yes, thank you. So again, I'm not sure if you have one of the things that we do as part of meditation, and tomorrow we'll discuss more, is increase our knowledge level. So, we read books. Books is one source of great knowledge from great masters. So we do recommend a set of books to start with, because when meditation along with wisdom greatly releases a lot of our subconscious beliefs and emotions. So my suggestion, again, if otherwise we can also talk individually, but reading books is something that is critical if you have been practicing meditation and you do not see progress.
What I would like to say is, earlier I used to read a lot of books, and I was able to concentrate and have a good grasping of the matter I read. But as I said, because energies are going down for last 5 to 10 years, my concentration is going down, my willpower is going down. So all this, I want to read it, but I'm not able to focus and concentrate on what I'm reading. And grasping power is also have gone down. So these are few. Of course, I want to read a lot of books and a lot of literature. And also I like to write also. A lot of things I write. But somehow I'm not able to come out of this, the concentration I'm not able to increase, and I'm not able to be peaceful and calm with the focus and the concentration. So this is the struggles I'm going through.
So let's connect, Mr. Anup, so that we can understand more, more background, because when we've been practicing, there are specific reasons, so may have to spend a little more time. So we can connect, call me, and we can connect, and we can understand more. But I'm 100% sure that there is something that can really, most of the challenges that we face through, there is one small trigger, and the moment that you recognize things will. I went through a level of depression too, and I felt there is nothing that I can do. But it was a very small thing that completely changed my perspective, and it helped. So let's connect. Okay.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.
How do I connect?
My number, I can share my number here. Or you can reach out to your facilitator. They can share my number.
Yeah, Nalini Prakash is there. So she only asked me to ask the question. So I'll connect with her.
Yeah, you can. This is my number. You can reach out to me. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Gauri, madam.
Hello.
Yes, Gauri.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, I have one question that I meditate from last 2 years, but not continuous meditation, and I do eat non-veg. And some people say me कि meditators are not eating non-veg. Is it right or wrong?
So many meditators that I know have given up non-vegetarianism.
Okay.
Chandra also used to eat before meditation. And Lawrence, we had Jolie, she's one of the co-founders of Buddhasya Quantum Foundation. She also said she used to eat non-vegetarian food regularly because she's from France and that it is a general culture. But what she said is, since she came into practice of meditation, overnight she gave up. So that is our experience, what people talk about, because once we continue the serious practice of meditation, we recognize compassion. So we become more compassionate. We recognize that animals are a part of consciousness too. But that is a choice, individual choice. But what we see is people naturally give up, become vegetarians.
Okay.
And you can practice, you can experiment, right? You can figure out, and I'm sure you will see the benefits.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
But I have one more question. But is it wrong to eat a non-veg diet during meditation? And it's a spoil of any ritual or kind of?
There is nothing right or wrong. That is something that I have learned. There is nothing right or wrong. What we do is whether it supports our practice, supports our goals. You recognize that, and then you make a choice. Everyone makes choices, right?
Okay.
So you understand, you learn more. You what you do is you read more. Today we know the animal agriculture has created. One day we'll definitely talk about this, right? So much of greenhouse gases. So there are many things that comes with it. So you understand, and then you choose what you want to do, right? All right. Thank you. Yes, Damodarji.
About tea and coffee in meditation. I'm a totally vegetarian. No, but the only habit of tea. I would like to know.
Sorry, your voice was breaking. So your question is
tea and coffee.
Tea and coffee is good or bad, is it? I mean, what is, I didn't get the question.
Tea and coffee. Tea.
Yeah. So if I understand, I think the question is whether you can drink tea and coffee. Damodarji, I think, and everybody, right? So my understanding is there is nothing good or bad. There is nothing right. So once you understand, everything is in the mind.
Okay.
Right? Everything that we have is in the mind. So you can choose what you want, and you can be healthy no matter what. So I no longer look at what I feel. I look at what I feel. But if I like it, I'll have it. Otherwise, I don't. That's it. So when you regularly practice meditation, you recognize your own body. and your feelings. You recognize what is, what you like and what you don't. That's all. You go with it.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right, friends. Thank you. Thank you for staying. And it's a wonderful journey that we continue. We'll meet back again tomorrow, same time.
A little thank you can go a long, long way. So when you're grateful, that's the thing to say. And when you notice the things that others do, it's time to say a little thank you. You can write it in a note or say it on the phone, or give a little treat to show your gratitude, or you can share it in a post of what you love the most, and always have a grateful attitude. A little thank you can go a long, long way. So when you're grateful, that's the thing to say. And when you notice the things that others do, it's time to say a little thank you. You can sing it in a song, or write it on a blog, or give a gift that shows appreciation. Or you can send it in a card, or shout it to the stars, or even give a standing ovation. A little thank you can go a long, long way. So when you're grateful, that's the thing to say. And when you notice the things that others do, it's time to say a little thank you. Yeah, it's time you say a little thank you.